From the Leaky Creaky, always freaky vaults of Purple Orange Tree Studios, we take you now to 2003 and the hit film A PA's POV.
One more PA for lockup to 10, please.
Do I want to take one?
Well, my name is Eliseo Romero. That's my name.
My name's Todd Tuntland.
Joel Schwartz.
Sparky.
Kate Greenberg.
My real name is Brian Bednarsh.
Chad Antonelli.
It's Aaron Wilson.
My name is Bill Woodcock.
My name is Buddy Sostan. The production people call me Buddy Love. I did not make up that name.
Rashad Opadwell, camera PA.
My name's Adam Butt.
My name is Gregory Grubbs.
My name's Drew Townsend.
My name is John Hickson.
I'm Chris Stroudler, super PA.
I am a production assistant, which is I assist. What is exactly what I do?
Production assistant.
Production truck, I guess, PA.
I am a PA.
I've been in the business for 1.5 years strong, going on 2.
4 long years.
I'm halfway through my 3rd year.
Almost, probably 2 years.
I've been PAing for about 6 months now.
In various forms for about 5 or 6 years.
Almost 2 years.
6 years.
Oh my God. I've been a PA now for about 4 years.
After probably about 3 or 4 years, you should probably meet enough people that where if you work at it, you can definitely get up.
And as anyone should know, 4 years as a PA is, better death or retirement.
What do I do? What exactly do I do? There's different things we do in this world. We take care of trash. We set up director's chairs. We assist the director. No, what is it that we do?
PA is a runt.
Production assistant, but pissant's a good name.
Practically anything they ask us to do.
More or less common sense and just pay attention.
It's a great entry-level position because you get a chance to work with someone someday, you work with other people another day. You're not stuck.
You are everyone's bitch.
A gopher.
If you ever meet anyone and you're like, well, I'm just in production, they automatically say, well, you're a PA. Because if you weren't, you'd definitely give your title.
On commercials, it's nice. Because I've PA'd on films and on TV. And
It's pretty much exactly what I expected. I'm at the bottom of the hierarchy. I do whatever anyone tells me to, and I'm having a good time doing it.
On commercials, at least, you drive the trucks.
To get there on time and I think basically set up camp is what the PAs do.
We do anything and everything that we possibly can to make the set run smoother.
Set up all the tents and chairs and make sure everyone's parked in the right place.
If that means getting coffee for somebody, or if it means hooking up a stinger, or setting up a pop-up, that's what we do.
Here comes a PA to an assistant coordinator now. If you look he's driving that on a cell phone in an Expedition. This is what happens if you stick with PA long enough. You could become a coordinator like Kevin and get an Expedition on a cell phone.
We do the grunt work.
Would be to service the producer, the manager, and the coordinator.
It's pretty much the lowest echelon of production, but it's also the lowest responsibility.
Oh yeah, we're always in charge of the walkies. That's our bane of our civilization.
Because if we're smiling and all the shit's rolling downhill, then everyone generally knows things are alright, right?
I know when I come to work, I've got to clean up trash. I've got to carry chairs. I've got to do tents. So if you don't like to do those things or be happy doing them, then get a new job.
Because you do so much throughout the period of a day, and a lot of times it's stuff you don't normally do.
Right.
Well, the way people that have done it for a while say it is everybody's a PA. The ADs are PAs, they're all PAs, it's just different rate scale.
Right.
First you're green, then you're a rookie, then you know what you're doing, then you're a veteran, and then you're green again. I don't know how that works.
When I first started, I think that all the PAs were pretty nice and friendly.
All PAs are equal, actually, yes.
This job is pretty close to what I expected, yes. I've had some issues.
It's obviously veteran types of systems,
Making fun of you or telling you do shit that doesn't need to be done, or
It's more so of I've been here longer and I'm ashamed that I've been a PA for 5 years.
We cover each other. we really help out each other.
It's like with anything, when you have a bunch of people together for a long period of time, there will be, I don't know, I guess you'd call it dissension among the ranks.
There are incidences where you get pissed off at each other because, whoever is sitting in production motorhome getting warm instead of helping out, but generally you need somebody's there to cover you.
I'd have to make you feel like garbage or feel like I can tell you to do stuff because I should have definitely moved on by now.
It depends on the set you work on. On this set in particular, no. Everybody's cool with each other. It's a good vibe.
It's a pretty friendly job, I think, mainly because you're put on so much pressures on you from above that everyone kind of watches their back. And
you hear rumors of people talking about other things that they shouldn't really be talking about, but it's to be expected with any group of people that spends way too much time together.
I got people. I know there's some people that are dickheads that I won't work with.
Anyone that tells me they've been a PA for 4 years or 5 years and they have problems of their own they need to worry about.
Oh, and then eventually you're a key. And once you're the key PA, you should just quit.
I've had 8 years. I went to Cornell.
I went to NYU Film School.
I dropped out junior year.
I have a BA in anthropology.
A BA from Little Marymount University in television production, and I also majored in business.
Southwest Texas State University.
There's psychology in college.
Well, I started in architecture. I had a 5-year degree in architecture, so I got my B.Arch.
And I went to college and I graduated when I was 22 and I started right in this business when I was 22.
I started off at Northridge. I was there for a year. And then I ended up in Cal State Long Beach where I got my bachelor's in film.
El Camino Community College, where I studied marine biology.
USC, Cinema School, at which they give you no preparation to be a PA.
I have a degree in philosophy and Spanish.
What?
My major was biology and society. I was intending on being an environmental lawyer.
And I got accepted to UCSB, Santa Barbara Film School, studied there.
I went back to school at University of Southern California for a film degree. And so I got my master's there, and that was 3 years as well. So total of 8.
I make approximately from $30,000 to $50,000 a year.
As a PA, $200 today.
What's the full rate?
What are they paying you?
I'm getting paid $200 a day.
Yeah, that's the full rate.
All right, good to know.
My rate now is $225 every day I work. I started out at $175, and the going rate is $200. So
my rate is $200.
$200?
About 16 or 17 hours is how long we work.
Most companies, when you get around 15, 16, they'll give you a double day. It's $400 a day, but this particular company,
there is no overtime.
Generally no overtime, which is frustrating.
Commercials, you supposedly get compensated, supposedly.
It's a position that you're trying to move up, so you're using it to your advantage.
If you add it all together, it doesn't add up to a good hourly rate, really.
Considering that, we are the lowest paid and there's 18-hour days and you're just,
The PA is probably the least paid, but he's the one that's given the responsibility at the end of the day to take the film to the lab.
Everybody else is standing around going, "Oh, I'm making $100 an hour just to take out this tape. I just made $1,300 today." Like a nothing. Like the lowest grip, like grip number 12, will make like $1,400 for an 18-hour day.
Some PAs can make as much as $50,000 a year. Others that are not quite so in tune with what they're doing might make $20,000. And it's usually the $20,000 PAs that are much unhappier than the, $40,000 or $50,000 PAs.
The best thing about being a PA, what is the best thing being a PA? You see, the best thing about being a PA, I'm not really sure what's the best thing about being a PA.
best thing about my job is you don't spend a dime of your own money when you're working. Not a dime. You get paid 30 cents a mile if you have to drive somewhere. You get fed 3 times a day. And if you don't watch out, you can get quite fat.
Well, if you don't want to work, you don't work. You are your own boss in a sense. So, in that respect, you can't beat it.
It's fun. I've learned a lot.
Well, I think commercials are pretty much the best because you get paid well, and they have lots of money in them. So, you're always you're well taken care of, I think.
I get per diem. Therefore, I don't have to spend any of my own money to eat.
I feel that people in desk jobs don't see things the way we do. You know, we get to go to different locations.
Actually, I'm having more fun than I thought I would. I'm having fun even out here in the middle of Vegas, in the middle of the desert when it's really, really hot. I'm having a really good time.
Lunch is pretty good as a PA.
This is the whole story. Kevin Clark, the assistant coordinator, came up to me and said, "Chris, Susan found out that you've been smoking pot on set. She's really mad." And I said, "Dude, I haven't been smoking pot on set."
Me? No, I'm quite bitter, so I've never really actually had fun, per se.
No, he said, she needs to talk to you right now in the grip truck. It's my fucking birthday, and he tells me this. It's like, you'd think I would register. It's my 21st birthday.
Tonight, I think we're going out. Tonight is, we don't have to be back on set till tomorrow evening. So once we get off tonight, we got nearly 24 hours before we have to be back. So we could party for a good 12 at least.
Oh yeah, it's great. So you're your own boss, and you get to meet the most interesting people in LA, I think.
I walk in the grip truck, and they have the whole back tented out, And I walk in, and all the lights are off, and next thing I know, I get pushed to the floor, and the fucking lights come on, and there's a naked lady.
Any number of travel jobs. I mean, when you get paid to drive a truck somewhere, you usually go in a group. You usually form a little bit of a bond with the crew that you're working with.
And all the PAs are in there, the grip department, the electrics, and they're all tipping, throwing dollar bills at her. It was truly amazing.
You have a bunch of days off a month. You can pursue your other hobbies or whatever you like to do.
It's like going to camp.
The schedule allows me to be able to take a few days off, and I can focus on trying to write.
The best thing about being a PA, the thing that makes me feel the best, is making the set runs more smoothly.
I mean, it is a bullshit surreal job, and we do make, the industry in general makes quite a bit of money for what they do. It's fun. That's the bottom line.
I come from a very poor family. My parents immigrated here. So every time I come to work, I'm very happy for that reason.
It feels really good to be able to jump in there and know where you need to be and what to do and do it and have it done and never have to be asked, but know that it's appreciated.
Most of the people know the story about me packing pickles. So it was slave labor, for since 12 till I was 18. So it's 5 years of intense manual labor. So then I started doing this, and I'm like, shit.
It's pretty bad, when someone says, "I'll just get the fucking PA to do it."
I had to pick up dog shit in the back of this yard one time in front of everybody.
So I haven't really had anybody be rude to me. I do know that it happens.
There was a shot, they were in this backyard, and all these little kids are running around, so they wanted me to scoop up all this dog shit.
There does tend to be a hierarchy and respect in this industry.
And it was in front of every single hot girl, every single person in the company.
Hierarchy and positions, I understand, respect that I don't like so much, but...
So I'm picking up this dog shit, and the agency guy is like, he's Mr. Funny Guy, and he kept going, You're really taking one for the team there. I almost...
We were shooting in a house where the indoor toilets were clearly marked not to be used, and someone from the agency decided to use one and clogged it, and I was asked to plunge it.
I kind of fucked up this morning, actually.
I've crashed a production cube. I ran into a tree and put a hole in the roof. But
getting stuck at Dumont Dunes at 7:30 at night with no phone, looking for an art department that you'll never find inside the dunes.
The gang boss at 5:30 in the morning is going, come on, and he's like, okay, right there.
And while they were doing castings, one of the girls, they were casting little girls. One of the little girls got really nervous and peed herself.
And there's the proverbial showing up late with the camera truck.
We were shooting on a hill and we had a rattlesnake in the middle of a jogger's path, and there was grass on each side that had to stay fluffy so you couldn't step on it. It was marked with caution tape.
I overslept, and I was 2 hours late.
So I asked the second AD, what's the best road for me to get up there? And he said, well, just jump over real quick and go.
Call time was 5:30 a.m. I got there at 8.
So I go to step over, and the DP looks down to me and he goes, excuse me. Not like, excuse me, but excuse me.
I can't believe you did this. Then you set your 2 alarms. Shit.
And he says, what does yellow caution tape mean to you?
Your other PA brothers and sisters, they got you back. The crew's got you back.
Does it mean feel free to go? Because where I'm from, it means don't cross here, stop.
Producer, production manager, don't go to the motorhome. Don't look people, no, get all that. No love.
It's a very, very famous director's son.
This producer came up to me and said, I want you to go through the trash from lunch and take out all the recyclable stuff.
I had to walk the producer's dogs once.
So there we were with gloves on, you know, from craft service, like surgeons.
I just out of New York Film School. He gets on set, and the first thing he does is yell for a PA to get him coffee.
Taking all this trash out of trash.
I was 32 at the time, and I got this 19-year-old kid telling me to get him coffee, and I said, sure, I'll get it in just a second.
Because what did we do with those recyclables after we took them out? Were they recycled? Of course not.
Well, I didn't move fast enough. He told the producer to kick me off set until he felt it was right for me to come back.
You know, so it's futile things to please very righteously futile people.
No matter what anybody says about how much we deal with trash and how much we take care of or whatever, it's not as bad as being 8 to 10 hours a day in a pickle plant packing pickles. Nothing is worse than that. Oh my God, the biggest fuck I've ever done. Whoops, they're kids?
I have a really bad one. I just don't know who's gonna see this, man.
The worst thing I've ever done.
I was an expensive PA that day. I think it was like $30,000 worth of damage to the gas station.
A nice little hit and run on the freeway today, but I mean, that wasn't my fault.
I don't know, there's been a lot of things that have happened to me.
The day before I was shooting my first spec spot.
From emptying bags of trash all over myself to throwing up in parking lots.
And I said, the only thing that'll stop me from doing this shoot.
And the first time I ever drove a production cube, I pulled into the gas station.
The only thing that would stop me from doing this shoot is if I crash this truck or there's an earthquake.
And cut myself a little close and nearly took out an entire row of gas pumps.
And there was an earthquake that night, and I crashed the truck the next day.
One time I was told to go to the airport to do a sound report. You know, like we were gonna shoot at LAX, a United Airlines commercial. And I was told to every 20 minutes write down the sound, you know, how loud it got, the PA system, you know.
And there was a lady, she was gonna try to make a left in front of me really fast. And she got right in front of me and noticed that there were pedestrians crossing, so she couldn't make the left. And
it's different every day, everybody knows that, you know? Fucking Monday, Saturday, it can be different.
I was lucky enough to get over where I didn't hit her exactly broadside, but I hit the back quarter panel, spun her completely around.
So me, and I'm not saying the other PA's name, decided to go to the bar at 7 in the morning at the airport. We proceeded to get fucking slaughterhoused.
Knocked her trunk open. Everything in her trunk was in a perfect circle in the middle of the intersection, all her books and everything.
So at the end of the day, we were telling a location manager who was kind of fucking around with him, and word got back to our production manager and producer, and it wasn't a good sight.
The worst I ever screwed up, I don't know what's okay, the worst I've ever screwed up is, there's a couple times.
I crashed a truck and I ran it in Dodger Stadium.
Let's talk about the time that I worked 2 26-hour days. Second day, fell asleep at the wheel, smashed into the side of a bridge, tore the truck completely in half, you know, top back, and was in the hospital for one night.
I was driving, we drive trucks as production assistants. I'm driving, and you know, I think I could clear the top. So all right, I can clear the top. So I hit that in the part of Dodger Stadium, and a piece just falls straight off. I don't know, that's been one of the worst.
The little booth that the guy sits in tickets, well, it was on blocks, and I was just driving in the back end of my truck, caught it, and just ripped it right off the blocks and knocked it down.
Then I lost 8 radios, which is $8,000, but that's just money.
Emptying the trash from the chute, and the trash happened to be a 3-day-old from Lancaster. And one of the bags spilled out down my shirt, and it was rotten milk. And I just couldn't hold it down. I just started throwing up.
Yeah, no, Dodger Stadium was the best one because they had to go in, rebuild the piece of it. It wasn't good. Never got to work with that people again. It wasn't right.
Lost it up, guys.
Know what you want. It's very important. Because the reason I'm still PAing after such a long time is for the fact that I really don't know what I want to do.
No, PA is definitely not as far as it's going to go.
I'm not sure if I want my career to be location managing, but that is definitely the next step.
I'm gonna go into video assist.
Yeah, you know, do little stunts, work.
Hopefully directing soon. You know, I got a few things in the works. Look out, it's coming out in the next few years.
a lot of different things. I've been thinking about cameras, thought about location scouting for a while.
I want to coach football.
I'd like to, become a second AD and then become a first AD, preferably probably in commercials and features.
Yeah, I want to write and direct.
I used to want to be a DP, but then I hit my eye, so I don't know.
Well, I'd like to direct, but I'm going to start as a PA and move up, hopefully on the AD track, and then see if I like that any.
I don't know if I have what it takes to keep my mouth shut and stay in it for 4 years and deal with all the crap.
Right? Just write. I write 2 screenplays, but I mean, who hasn't? So it's.
And there's so many different ways it can go. For me, either it's screenwrite, just to try acting, AD, or even Teamster.
Direct. I have a directing reel, and yeah.
An AD, most likely.
I think I'd like to be a director.
Shooting a director's reel right now. That's actually, if I stay in this business, what I'm saving up towards.
I'm exploring areas of television to direct, but I think ultimately I would like to be a feature film director.
And I've also thought about doing some sound since I've already had training in it. And I haven't really made up my mind yet so far.
I've got a spec spot that I'm going to direct soon and see how it goes and see how I like it, see how it feels. It's scary.
Just know what you want to do and go ahead and do it. And if you want to be a director, go for it. Who cares?
What do my parents think of my career choice? Not much.
Well, they think I'm a stripper.
I think they expected me to do something more academic.
Actually, any parent that's kid's making his own living is great, as long as it's not a illegal operation you got going on. So.
My dad's happy. Yeah, go for Bill.
Someone's calling me on walkie.
This is Adam.
Going to 2.
Yeah, go ahead, what?
On 2.
We're in here watching set. If you want to come in and replace us, we're stoked.
Sister on 2.
Yeah, can we actually clean out the toilet, please? Nice try.
They're probably just messing with me.
PAs behave themselves as much as they possibly can.
Local 420 supposedly.
Say more PAs are stoners than drinkers.
Everybody has their own vices, Some do, some don't.
Well, I think PAs, they vary a lot.
The way I've done it is just drink. So.
You might have a couple of beers.
Group department are the drinkers, I think you would say. And the ADs, because they're the most miserable.
But I think the majority of PAs is pot. They do a lot of pot.
The PAs, they're stoners. That's basically what they are. I will admit they are.
Not myself, no, actually. I do a little more drinking than pot.
I think everybody talks about it towards the end of the day, but more times than not, it never happens just because everybody's wiped out.
My dad used to be a narc, so I don't do any kind of drugs at all.
I want to coach football.
If you're gonna spend your petty cash, spend it on something well, Spend it on like weed or porn or something. And just make sure you get a receipt.